Hi, welcome to driver training. In our Telford driving test tips video today, we're going to deal with Ketley Brook Roundabout. Now that's the one that's just in between Tesco's at Wellington and the Furrows Ford garage, or if you're off to the Princess Royal Hospital, along that way. So we're going to deal with the three main routes that cause problems. So this is the first one. We're heading down from Alston and the Telford football ground towards the Ketley Brook Roundabout. Now we want to head towards Ketley. So we look at the board on the left and it tells us that Ketley is straight ahead. Now it would be better if it was a proper roundabout board so that you knew which exit you needed, but you've got to work with what the council give you. So we know it's straight ahead. So generally on a roundabout, straight ahead is the left-hand lane. So we look at the road markings and we can see that straight ahead is indeed left lane for Ketley. So the key to doing roundabouts like this is to follow the lane and not worry too much about where the exit is. So as we come up, we know we were going straight ahead and we know that it's for Ketley. Where do we need to go? Well, we look at the road markings and we can see the left lane takes us off at the first exit and it's the specific lane for it, hence the white lines running alongside. So what we need to do is follow the white line in the middle of our road, and that, as you can see, is going to lead us into the middle lane on the roundabout. So the middle lane, we can already see the road marking says straight ahead and it says Ketley as well. So we're following that centre line. It leads us into the middle lane. Over on the left, we can see our first exit. We know it's not that. The road markings again confirm the lane we're in is for Ketley. Now this is the point where most people go wrong. We need to be aiming towards where that lamppost is. We've got the white line on our right. We imagine the left curb carrying on across. So we don't want to cross the white line on the right, which is what most people do. So we need to aim towards that lamppost. It keeps us within our lane, keeps us safe, means we're not causing anybody a problem. The road markings confirm this is still the lane for Ketley, and it's going to take us off at the second exit. So the key, as always, don't cross the white line. Wherever the lane goes, just follow it and it will take you to your exit. So now let's deal with the same roundabout, but this time coming from the Furrows Ford garage up towards Tesco's. So at this point, we can see the garage on our left. We're going to go right at the roundabout, third exit. And it's just worth remembering that as we turn, whichever direction we come from, we're going onto a 40-mile-an-hour road. A lot of the times people don't see the change of speed limit sign on the left there and they stick at 30. Well, as we've just seen, this is now 40. As we come down to the roundabout, what we're going to do is go right, third exit, following the road markings for Wellington. So if we're not sure, we've got the board on the left there. As we look across to it, we can see that it says Wellington is indeed third exit. Now, a point that causes people confusion is that little stub at the top. Now, the second exit we can see is this road going up towards Tesco and the M54. Well, that little stub is the road coming down from Tesco and the M54. So that isn't an exit. That's just telling you that's the road coming down from Tesco towards the Ketley Brook Roundabout. So the third exit is for Wellington and that's right. So we know, as always, we need the right-hand lane. The road marking confirms that this is for Wellington. So at this point, we deal with it in the same way we would any other roundabout. We keep in the right-hand lane. We see the lights are on green, so we're okay to keep going. As we follow this lane, if you look at the road markings, it said this right-hand lane, you can go straight ahead as well. So to save any confusion, remember to put that right signal on to let everyone know you're not going off towards Tesco. Over in the distance there is exit number 1, which is for Ketley. So at this point, if we haven't done already, we would put our right signal on because that road marking says you can go straight ahead as well. Now we're waiting for the lights to change. We can see over in the distance exit number 2, which is up towards Tesco. And as we come round, as we look ahead on the floor there, can you see this lane now widens into 2 lanes? So choice of 2 lanes, we always want to use the left-hand lane. So at this point, you would want to check the left mirror just to make sure there is nobody in the left lane coming round at the side of you. They shouldn't do, I know, but the amount of times people do would amaze you. So again, check definitely that left mirror, centre and left if you can, but definitely the left one, and then just move across into that left-hand lane, which we can see is signed as Wellington. You can use the right-hand lane, but what it means is then you've got to try and get past all these cars, because as you come off this exit, it's going to go from 2 lanes into 1. So you don't want to be then having to deal with cars coming up the inside. So it's better to be in the left-hand lane. We've got the white line on the right. We imagine the left curb going across and meeting up. So we know we're just following the road ahead, keeping in our lane and not crossing the white line. So can you see with these roundabouts, once you use that same principle of following the lane, wherever it goes, staying between the white lines and not crossing them, the roundabout is designed to take you to where you need to go. So that brings us to our final one then. Now this is coming down from Tesco and the M54 and going straight ahead towards the Furrows Ford Garage and the Princess Royal Hospital. Now again, we want to use the same principles we've already described in the previous 2 examples. So coming down, we're looking at the board to figure out where we need to go, and we can see Princess Royal Hospital is straight ahead, second exit. So we need to follow this lane down. Ahead of us, the lanes split into 3. So we need to look at the road markings to figure out which lane. Now there's a lot of traffic in our lane, but if we look at the left-hand lane, it does say left-hand lane is left only. So we know we don't need that, therefore we must need the middle lane. And on your test, if there was a lot of traffic, the examiner would tell you that you needed the middle lane. So the key here is just follow the lane. We've got both sets of white lines, one on the left, one on the right. We now just need to stay in the middle of both and follow them wherever they go. So don't worry about where the exit is, just think, where does my lane go? So we're looking at the white lines as we come round. We can see the first exit, which is off towards Wellington. We just want to follow our lane. Now, as we come round, it's just by the lights that people go wrong, because it's at this point they can see their exit over on the right where the lights are. So they start to cross that white line to head towards it, which is completely wrong. And as you can see, if there's a car at the side of you, you're going to hear horns or potentially hit it. We imagine the curb on the left just going across to meet up. We've got the white line on the right. So we know we need to be heading towards where that curb and the barrier is. And that's going to keep us in our lane. This is where most will go wrong. It's not about where your exit is. It's more important about where your lane goes. So we aim towards that barrier. It keeps us completely in the center of our lane. We're not in danger of crossing the white line or causing anybody else a problem. And we just follow it round. This now leads us up towards the Ford garage and the Princess Royal Hospital. So we hope this has helped you understand Ketley Brook Roundabout and how to do it better. Remember as well, if you're getting private practice, going out with friends and family, why not get them to have a look at this video as well so they understand how to do it? Then the next time you both do it, you understand more about the roundabout and what's needed. It's like having another driving lesson then. Please feel free to leave us a comment, let us know what you think. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more useful Telford driving tips. My name's Chris from Driver Training. Remember, keep well, drive safely, and we'll see you all again in our next video.